Have you heard about such words as representation and diversity? Things that help us, help society, that helps to deal better with different people, different situations, different interactions between companies, countries and whatever. So representation is good, it is great. But what I want to talk about today is tokenism. Is it the same stuff? Is it better? Is it worse? What is tokenism? More about that in a moment. But obviously before we begin, I have to tell you that this is Yury Experience, and here I share my various experiences about different topics. I currently do one video per week, I upload it on Monday, and if you will enjoy this video, please drop a like, you can also subscribe to the channel, you can also leave a comment. Let's go! Obviously we start with the definition. Here's an official definition. In my own words, tokenism is an act done by one person, by many people, country, society, company maybe, that try to depict this something as if it deals with some societal problem, although it actually doesn't. So basically there is some societal problem in this institution or this company or this society that people are addressing, that actually is existing and that people are trying to battle against. And this institution says, yes, we see the problem, we recognize the problem, and in order to battle against this problem, we are inviting this person to work for us. And this person is an example of person who is normally a target of the problem. For example, if we are inviting a person who is black to a company which is entirely white people company, or there's a company which did something anti-Semitic and now there's one person who is working there and who is also Jewish. Normally it is tokenism, it is not representation. Representation or diversity in the company, in the institution, is when there are different people, various people. They are maybe not represented equally, like all the possible groups are not represented equally in this institution, but there are at least big amount of various groups, not only one specific group, but various groups. Tokenism is basically when there is only one big majority in this institution and they are trying to hide it by inviting one person for some not really important position, for some position which doesn't change anything, that doesn't influence anything in that institution. Except for the fact that it is just showing off, basically. The tokenism is showing off. We are better than we are appearing in the media or maybe on the news. Except for that, this whole situation applies huge, great pressure on the person who is the target of this tokenism, on this token person in this institution. And there are a couple of reasons for that. Reason number one, other people who are not tokens are thinking this person, the token, is only here because this person belongs to this group, but not because this person deserves it. Not because this person has knowledge, has skills to be here. No, that person is from that group, that's why that person is here, which is why this person doesn't really deserve our attention, our knowledge, sharing our experience with that person. That person is just here to be here. Just a token, which leads to the fact that this token person isn't taken seriously. This token person is stuck in that position for life, basically, theoretically, because that person is just a token. Token position is a position that that person belongs to. That person doesn't have an ability, opportunity to get another position. Another part of the story, there's a huge pressure on this token person to be a good token person. You cannot be just an average, you have to be good token person, because otherwise you will throw shadow on your whole community. With this example, in whole white people company, they are inviting one black person. If that black person doesn't do good job, then all people have the stereotype confirmed. All black people are bad, all black people cannot work properly, because this person is not only token to the society, but this person is also token to this whole community in this institution. It is the representative basically for both worlds, which obviously makes life way more difficult, because that person doesn't have a choice. That person has to be good at what that person is doing without this possibility to get the higher position in the institution, because that person is only a token, just a token. I will share a couple of examples in a moment, but first, why are companies, why are institutions doing that? Mostly based on my understanding, my experience, Companies do that because of bad publicity. Something happened, they have bad publicity, so they have to show that they are not like that. Because otherwise they will lose money, which is basically the second reason and the main reason why a lot of companies, a lot of institutions have these token people. Because money. Because it is more profitable in current world in a lot of countries to have diversity in the institution, although maybe you don't really have it, but if you show like you have it, then people think that your institution is better than it actually is. Now I will provide you a couple of examples, and if you have or if you know examples of tokenism, please provide them below. You can also subscribe to the channel if you want to know about other social topics that I personally find important in order to live properly or more consciously in our modern society. Example number one, and here we have celebration of some part of society during some period of time throughout the year. Black History Month, Pride Month, if I'm not mistaken, International Women's Day, which was celebrated recently, 8th of March. All of these celebrations are celebrating some marginalized or some minority, not necessarily marginalized, that exists in society, and we are celebrating them for various reasons. And especially during these times, during these celebrations, a lot of companies have an obligation, or they are feeling obligated to show we are with you on that. We are participating in trying to solve this problem. We are in, we are hype, we are whatever. A hell lot of companies have LGBTQ+ flags on their logos throughout the June. If I'm not mistaken, June is the Pride Month. At least they have them in the countries, in their social media accounts, in the countries that support LGBTQ+ communities. If you are looking on the icons or on the symbols in the countries that don't support LGBTQ, or that in the countries that are more traditionally homophobic, you will not find this support there, because it is not as important there. Basically, they are only showing their representation in the countries where it is cool to show that they are a part of this community, of this representation community. But in the countries where it is not cool, where it is not hype, where it is normal or like it is like good to have this majority only participation, they are not showing that. Because money. Because people will not buy something from you because you are showing this diversity, and people are against this part of diversity. Similarly, I saw a video about a Women's Day, International Women's Day, like recently, where it was like women throughout the year, neglected, discriminated, whatnot. Women on 8th of March, they are thrown with flowers in their face because, yeah, we celebrate women exactly on that day. But not on other 364 or 5 days, depending on the year. Another example, obligation programs. It is an obligation for some institutions to have some percentage of their staff or members or whatever to have diverse background. I think that's how you call it. And technically it is not always tokenism. Sometimes it is tokenism, sometimes it is not. It depends on what stuff we are talking about. Is it only representation like janitor level, like people who are only cleaning, or maybe like low manager level, or are we also talking about CEOs, CFOs, leading positions? Because we are not only talking about the fact that people don't participate in this institution like at all, we are also talking about what do these people who are representative of some group, what do they do in this company? Do they have power to influence decisions in the company? Do they have power to influence recruiting, marketing decisions, maybe some decisions in terms of projects, what projects are used, what projects are not used for this company, what projects is this company is even interested in? And there is literally this dangerous line between tokenism, where the person is working there, but that person doesn't have knowledge or doesn't have a position in the company to actually make any change. That then this person is literally token. This person is, look, we have that person, so we are not bad. And on the other hand, we actually have representation where the person has a skill set to apply to the position, to have the position, and to influence the movement of the company based on that position. Then it is representation, then it is diversity. The last example, and like the end of the video, is the other character. And here I'm talking about movies, about theaters, about books. In a lot of situations, there is like some group, some more or less homogeneous group of characters in something. For example, movie. There is more or less homogeneous group of people in the movie. It can imply ethnicity, religion, sexuality, gender. It doesn't even really matter, but most of the people are belonging to one social group, but there are some representative exceptions. The person who doesn't belong to this set group and somehow whose almost complete personality is based on belonging to the group. Like, it is important that that person belongs to the group. It doesn't have to be the case that that person is really representative of that group, but it is often used. And independently of the fact whether the background of the person is used or not, that person is some side character who is not really important, who will probably die very soon, and who only was there to make the main character grow, to make the main character maybe like feeling themselves in some specific way. Or that person didn't matter like at all. That person was there, that person died or disappeared or wasn't important after 10 minutes of the movie. But that person was there. Which is why the movie is diverse, because there's one person who is from different group, and that person is important somehow. All other people are from the same group and it is fine, but this one is different, which is why diversity, right? That's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to know more about tokenism, look it up on the internet. It is not that difficult to find. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please drop a like, please subscribe. You can also leave a comment about your favorite topic in this field of tokenism. That's pretty much it. Have a great week.